All right, we are backstage here with Vincent D'Onofrio. You just walked off stage after your panel. Packed house. I mean, jammed. I couldn't even get a seat in there. How does it feel to come to a show like this and just feel that Montreal love?
Oh, it's great, man. Like, the fans are always what it's all about. You know, it's so much fun, and their questions are always good if you can answer them, you know, like without getting in trouble. And yeah, it's just fun. You feel the energy, you know. It's like that's what it's all about coming here.
1987, you put out 2 movies, Full Metal Jacket, Adventures in Babysitting. Couldn't be more polar opposite, but it was a big year for you. When you look back on that now, I know you get a lot of questions about Full Metal Jacket, but how about Adventures in Babysitting? How are your feelings on being involved with that? Because your character was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it at the time. I just liked the idea that I had not done anything on purpose. Like, I took all the weight off from Full Metal Jacket to get that all off.
Yeah.
So it was the first part, and then the idea of playing this kind of guy who might be this iconic character who is known for his like strength and sort of. I was very young, so he's sort of known for his like strength and beauty, you know, like Thor, right?
Yeah.
So, I thought this would be a great opportunity to show people that I'm actually not the character in Full Metal Jacket, that I can do other stuff.
They could do other stuff for sure, which led into you doing so many other things.
So and also, you know, it was just a great little script and great actors.
And the movie so holds up. You know, I show my kids that, and they're just like, "This is a great movie."
Great.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Obviously, you worked with Kubrick. You got to work with Oliver Stone, 2 of the greats. Now, you know, you've gone to a whole other generation knows you as the Kingpin, but I grew up on you as, you know, the guy you were in the '80s. You've managed to continue to just knock it out of the park with Wilson Fisk. Again, kind of a really complex character. Where do you go to find that? Do you go back to where you had to go to for Pyle, or is it a different?
No, like everything is different. Yeah. Like the guy who hired me for the Netflix series, Jeff Loeb, who used to run television over at Marvel. He had me in mind, and he called me and talked to me about it, and I remembered the Kingpin character in a couple of comics that I had, like the Spider-Man comics that I had, and I had a couple of Daredevils too. I don't remember which ones though; it's so long ago. But I remembered vaguely the character, and he was sort of. I did recognize him as a kind of iconic character at that time. Yeah. And but I needed to be reminded, like, what's his backstory? Like, who is he? Are we going to be allowed to play them human? Because I noticed that these guys don't have superpowers. They're not from space. They're like, it's like this is like a different kind of show. And he goes, well, that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing a different kind of show, and it's like on the ground and in the dirt. And I'm like, oh well, so tell me more. And so it was really about the backstory, and then I started to look at all the art. Yeah. And I made friends with David Mack, and you know, they would, and a few other artists, and they would supply me with. They knew what I was going to try and do, and they would supply me with art that would support that. And I used to surround myself with their art, and it was just a whole emotional feeling and posture that I thought was very specific to a certain Kingpin that had been portrayed at times over the years. And I wanted to bring that particular Kingpin forward, and this kind of broken man. Well,
that's it. And knowing that Kingpin from the comic, being a huge Daredevil fan, you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. But it was, it all starts from the Netflix series, and that's because the writing was amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Great show. Thank you so much for doing this. And all weekend long, Vincent D'Onofrio, come check him out at Montreal Comiccon.